Yo, people, what's going on? Back again with my guy. It's been a minute, bro. How you been? I can't even hear you, bro.
That'll be why you can't hear me, because I didn't press the button, because I'm an idiot. Hello.
Oh no, bruv. Man upgraded. Man got the same mic as you, blood.
Oh yeah. Oh, you've upgraded even more. You've got the covering thing, so when you stream,
no,
it
I bought that separately still, but we got the same mic. I saw your one, and I was like, yeah, I need that still.
Oh, mate. Oh, did you get the what? The other thing I sent you the link for a couple of few months back?
What's
so
that?
it's been that long since we spoke, and I actually checked when we before I messaged you yesterday. It had been about 2 months.
That's
I think.
what I'm saying, bro. That's what lockdown does, bro. Lockdown just kind of takes you away from real life, innit? That's what it does, bro.
It's mad. It's mad.
Saying,
we're coming out of it soon. Pubs are opening.
Exactly. You know what I mean? And football's back, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mate, I'm so gassed for that.
100%, bro. I miss the boys, man. I miss the boys. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, so I thought the group chat's been popping off over the past couple of days. As soon as everything's happened, announced, it's like it's gone.
100%.
We're good to go. But yeah, man, it's all good.
No, that's what I mean. Big up everyone inside. Smash the like as you come in. Do you know what I'm saying? United go to Chelsea. Do you know what I mean? Big up everyone for the comments as well. Like I'm seeing some of them. I know you lot, some of you lot have already watched the vlog. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, like man, support out the vlog. Yeah, that came out an hour ago. Do you know what I mean? So the link for the vlog is in the description of the video, innit? So watch it after this. Chelsea, man. Fucking hell. Your season, like I tell you what, yeah, you lot's heart must have been doing madness, you know, because Chelsea get there. I would say who would you say is loved more? Lampard or Terry? It's close, isn't it?
Probably some people might say Lampard, some people might say Terry. I think it's pretty much equal.
That's what I mean.
Jogba, to be honest.
Well, there you go. Like they're one of their most loved legends in the history of their club, taking over. It's not going well. That's emotionally, like, I don't know, bro. It's emotionally conflicting at best. Do you know what I mean? Chelsea aren't doing well. Looks like they're gonna spend all that money, have nothing to show for it. Tuchel comes in undefeated, massive win against Atletico Madrid, because that's what it was. It was a massive win. Do you know what I'm saying? And Chelsea are confident. You're still undefeated under your new manager. Where I think we've got 3 wins in the last 7 or something like that. Do you know what I mean? We're not on the best form. We're not playing the best football. We haven't beaten any of the top 6 teams, yeah. But we've lost the least amount of games in the Premier League in the last calendar year, I think. So there's still confidence around the fan base in it. So it's a weird time for us because form-wise we're not doing great, but over the last 12 months, we've probably had a better 12 months than Chelsea. Do you know what I mean? Like, how are you feeling about this game? How are you feeling about your form? How are you feeling about the new manager?
Yeah, well, I mean, a better 12 months. Are you sure?
Oh, for sure, bruv.
I mean,
bruv, we finished higher than you in the league last season, remember? Because the Lampard. So we've had a better 12 months.
Did you get out of your Champions League group?
No, we didn't. But we still had a better 12 months than you on balance because we finished above you in the league and our manager didn't get sacked. Do you see where I'm going?
Okay. Well, yeah, I do see where you're going, but we'll have to agree to disagree on that. I think look, the past, it has been a bit of an emotional roller coaster. I think the beauty of looking over the past few months, especially, is hindsight. There's a beauty to it, and for me, obviously, when Lampard was in the job, and whoever's in the job at Chelsea, I always want them to do well. I always want them to succeed. I want them to grow and it to go well. And you could see last season there was a foundation there almost. Problem was we spent so much money, but we spent it in one position pretty much in that forward line. So then Lampard couldn't find his best team. So then the tactics, and this is what we were saying in the summer, even in the first lockdown when we were talking about it. Do you remember I was saying we've signed all these players? It's fantastic, but he's got to find a way to fit them all in. But everyone's sitting there going, no, we'll do it. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. And then I'm sat there now putting my feet up going, again, I told you, You know, every single time. There's been one occasion where I've been wrong in terms of that sort of stuff. But I look at it, and you know, on balance, the job came too early for Frank. I think he will do well in management. I think he'll go somewhere else. I think he'll cut his teeth, and I think he will come back eventually. But the whole project mindset, which they were talking about, was, if I'm being frank, a load of bollocks.
It's true, bruv. You know, it almost feels like Lampard was a stopgap because no one else was available. Because
100%.
Roman ain't really on this stopgap shit.
Yeah.
Like, he's not in it. Like, he's on winning trophies, and that's why your club is the most successful. Do you know what I mean? In like the last decade, it's because of that.
It is. But I think at the same time, I was really on board with this project mindset and especially with Frank as well, because I was kind of looking at it going, it'd be nice to build a dynasty rather than look. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sit here and say I hate winning trophies, because that would be batshit crazy. I love picking up trophies and going, that's fantastic. Move forward, that's great. But I want to be able to say, okay, I look at Man United, I look at Liverpool, look at Real Madrid, I look at Barcelona. You know, you guys obviously had Fergie, you had Matt Busby, who obviously built fantastic teams and built a dynasty and a formula of how your club should be, outside of the mantra of just win. Obviously Liverpool, Bill Shankly, you know, Jurgen Klopp's taking that mantra on. You've got these Bob Paisley, all these amazing managers. Jock Stein at Celtic's another example of what he did. Real Madrid obviously had a dynasty, and they've built it in a mentality, in the strengths. Barcelona, you had Johan Cruyff, and it was all there's a mantra of how to operate outside of simply win. And
100%. Yeah, you're talking about the philosophy. Chelsea don't have one.
Exactly.
I get that, but they've never had one. But that's why they've been successful, because that's why they chop and change managers, and they're not rigid in it. And the thing is, it's positive and it's negative. The one thing I would say about you saying about Manchester United and stuff like that, like, apart from the class of '92, we've produced Marcus Rashford, Scott McTominay, like Jesse Lingard, like. Do you know what I mean? The class of '92 was a freak situation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not La Masia, in it. It's really not. Do you know what I'm saying? And the thing is, if you look at Man City right now, the amount that they've invested in their academy and stuff like that, that's going to bear fruit eventually. 100%. I think the whole academy setup thing, and you look at Southampton's academy, they always churn out top players. And the thing is, I think the academy setup is more to do with not necessarily the philosophy of the managers, but how the club set up. Do you know what I'm saying? And
but this is it. This is what I'm saying. I mean, over the past decade, we were able to chop and change managers because you had the spine of Cech, Terry, Lampard, Ashley Cole, Didier Drogba, guys that were literally there and would just carry the club through anything.
Yeah,
we don't have that. Exactly. We don't have that anymore. So it's now a case of we've got players who can develop into that role. I think Mason Mount has the capacity to potentially being the key word. You know, he's very young. I'm not going to say a heap a load of pressure. You know, he has a capacity to be one of the best players Chelsea have ever produced and be up there as one of Chelsea's best ever. So, you know, I think you've got someone there who can lead the team. But outside of that, right now, I look at Chelsea. I don't see anything special long term. I don't see. I think, look, it sounds very negative what I'm saying. I think, look, Thomas Tuchel's done a fantastic job so far. I'm watching how we're playing. It's shit. It's boring. It's bad.
You don't like it?
Gets the job done. No, I don't.
Oh, you're not one of them ones. Fucking hell. Before I go in on that, you guys, I am watching the draw. I'm gonna be on Turkish's channel. Our show's at 12 anyway, so we're gonna do a live reaction to the draw during the show. Smash the like button, people, while you're in here, bro. The football you play ain't boring, bruv. You know what's boring? Yeah, the way you played under Lampard, bruv. Losing.
But okay, to be fair, at that point, that was boring, that was shit. But I liked at the beginning of the season, for example, and last year, I liked in comparison to even when we were under Sarri, there was much more directness to it. I liked the way it was going from get it out to the wing, you know, really try and do something with it and be a bit more direct and try and take people on, rather than go from A to Z to Australia to Timbuktu over to New York, back to B, back to A, and then by the time that we've gone back to B and actually got to where we need to be, you've then got the other teams going, cool, break us down. and then we don't have any. We can't get through because
Yeah,
we've been
but
so busy trying to
that's
be
your
pretty.
players. That's not your manager. And I saw the same thing with Louis van Gaal at our club, because we didn't have the Paul Pogbas of this world. Yeah, you know what I mean. If you don't have a player like that can pick a lock, sometimes that style of football becomes repetitive, innit? It's like a metronome.
Well,
It just keeps coming. But the
This
thing
is how
is,
I
that's
feel.
down to the personnel. That's not down to the actual football, because the football, yeah, like the way you keep the ball. If you look at the Atletico game, everyone talks about how defensive they were and stuff, bro. Even when they tried to attack, they couldn't get anywhere near Chelsea.
No, and that was fantastic.
You know what I'm saying? And because of how well you keep the ball, you don't concede many chances. I think you lot conceded 2 goals, and one of them was an own goal, bruv. Like, do you know what I mean? In the last like 5 games, bruv, you're not conceding goals. Do you know what I mean? And that comes from the manager keeping the ball. Like, United's best record post Ferguson defensively is under Louis van Gaal with Chris Smalling at the back, because keeping the ball is the best way to not concede. So
100%.
you need more ruthless players in the final third, and you don't have that. Timo Werner's not ruthless. Callum's a good player. 1, he's not a wing back. 2, he's still proving himself at the top level. So he's never gonna be ruthless. Do you know what I'm saying? I love Giroud. Do you know what I'm saying? But what, next season, he's another year older. You know what I mean? You don't have a talisman up front.
This is it.
You don't have a talisman up front. What's his name's not the guy, bruv. Tammy's not the guy. Tammy's a squad player. Do you know what I mean? He reminds me of Danny Welbeck at Manchester United. Like, I don't even think he's good enough to be a Chelsea player personally. But if you keep him, he's third choice striker, innit? Like that's what he is. So when I'm looking at your attacking options, that's just what it is. That's why it looks boring, because Kovacic, amazing ball carrier. Do you know what I'm saying? But he's not gonna play a Ziyech pass and like split a low block in half. He's not gonna do that. Kante's not gonna do that. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, it's the balance of your team. But I don't think. I think if you give Tuchel 3 players, this Chelsea team are title contenders immediately.
I agree. I think we need a centre forward, and for me, I think bottom line, it's I want Haaland or I want Lukaku. That's it.
You don't want Lukaku in that possession team, bruv. Trust me.
Oh, mate, I just want a centre forward that's going to finish. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
The way Tuchel plays is he likes a centre forward he may be bulky, but he's also mobile. He likes someone who literally can get about. But obviously, the other thing about the beauty of Tuchel is he kind of looks at his team and he changes it wherever he goes. There's not been one sole way of him playing. Obviously, you look at Mainz, you look at Dortmund, you look at PSG, you look at now. They've all been different. They've all been
he's adaptive. Different. Even though he's got a philosophy, like he doesn't. It's not to his detriment. Do you know what I mean?
No,
he's open to kind of adapt, and that's what I do respect about him. He didn't play the way he's playing now at PSG because he didn't have the players, and also he had a few mavericks like Neymar and Mbappe. You can't get them to play. You can't play Mbappe wing back. Do you know what I'm saying? It don't make sense.
I think no. I think personally, I think like the way we're playing, I can see, because I see the comments going, "What was he talking about? I don't get it. Why is he annoyed about it?" I get why people are thinking that, because obviously we're winning, but I think I've grown used to liking and enjoying. I don't know. I think maybe I've mentally I've distanced myself a little bit from Chelsea because I'm kind of there. I don't want to get too emotionally invested again and get really annoyed because it's not good for my health. But on top of that as well, it's kind of like I look at how we're playing. I kind of just trying to look at it and just look at I kind of, especially since coaching more and stuff, I kind of like to just analyze the football.
Yeah, 100%. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, and I'm kind of looking at going, there's a way, like when you look at Mason Mount when he carries the ball, him in that inside 4 position is great, but that is where I look at and go, okay, we can keep hold of possession, but maybe if we had a number 6 rather than Jorginho and Kovacic. I get that what their role is right now, and they're so good at maintaining the ball that, like you're saying, people struggle to get through, and the recycling's great. But there's no, like Timo Werner. I get what you're saying. Why you feel he might not be a killer, but you can see that there is the capacity in there. and we just don't play to his strengths. As soon as we have the ball, on Sunday, just watch. As soon as we get the ball in midfield, watch Timo Werner make a run to try and get in behind Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah. He definitely suits a more direct team. He's a Liverpool player. He's not a Chelsea player.
And this is it. And we'd get the ball, and you see him get on his bike, and nobody looks for it. Like I said, we go from A to Z and then go to B. And it just means that the positioning is completely wrong. If you play to the strengths of what we had in the squad, I think you'd see a much better player in Timo Werner. And like you said,
I think you'd see a better player in Timo Werner, but you'll see a much more leaky Chelsea and unbalanced Chelsea. Do you know what I'm saying? And I think the manager's got it spot on.
Yeah. Oh, I think to get the job done this year, 100%.
That's what he's got to do.
Yeah, exactly. I'm looking at it as right now. I'm looking at going, like I said right at the beginning. I'm not particularly enjoying how we're playing our football, but I can't really moan because we're getting the results. If we're getting the results,
do you not play 3 up front like that, or do you play 1 and then 2 up front? How do you play it? Because he plays 3, then 4, and then what? It's a 3, so 1 in the middle.
Yeah, so you've got Giroud's basically kind of doing what he did for
the pivot job for France.
Yeah. So he holds it, and then it allows Timo Werner to get in behind a bit more, maybe.
Exactly, and 2 wide forwards coming off. Well, then if that's the case, if you've got like a clever, you could play a clever false 9, and that would break every low block easy. Someone that drops deep, turns on the ball, slides these quick players through, similar to what Firmino was doing for Liverpool before he done a disappearing at this season. You know what I'm saying? But that's probably the kind of striker you need. A lot of people think that you just need someone that's going to be a goal scorer and that, but when I look at your wing backs, they're not really putting in crosses. So it's like, if I'm Lukaku, I'm fuming, bro. Like, as you said, you said that you're not direct. So if you're not direct, you don't need a Lukaku. You need someone that's going to get involved in the build-up. Do you see what I'm saying?
That question is, who? Because
I have no idea, bro. When I look at world football now, it's just like, who do you play in the false 9? I'd play João Felix there, but you can't get him. You know them, man.
João Felix, that's literally it. João Felix. I'm literally racking my brains, and I'm going to the Bundesliga first and thinking, is there anybody which Chelsea are going to want to poach from there again?
That's a specialist position, unless you find someone that's good at playing that and you mold them into it. Do you know what I mean? It's a mad one. But if I was at the club, I'll be experimenting with loads of different players to see what I could do, get someone more mobile, because you need a playmaker to play up front, because Jorginho is your deep playmaker, but you need a playmaker higher up the pitch. You know I
think Jorginho is not really a playmaker. I'll be honest.
No, but I mean, he breaks lines, but he's not going to get you assists. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, this is what I
mean. And you don't have a Fabregas.
No, but this is it. It's like I can see people in the comments sort of saying, what am I talking about in terms of game domination? Obviously, we are dominating game. Well, we're not dominating games. This is the one criticism I have when people talk about possession-based football. Everyone talks about, we look at possession stats and go, we're dominating. Game domination doesn't just come from holding onto the ball. You could hold onto the ball for 90 minutes and draw 0-0. You do that.
You need the penetration as well. Exactly. Absolutely. The one thing I would say about it, and I always say, the other team can't score once you've got the ball. I'd rather be making up my mind about how I'm going to kill you, whilst I've got the gun in my hand, bruv. If you're holding the gun at me, it's fucked. You know them ones. I'd rather be the guy with the gun in his hand, innit? Like, every time. So it 100%. Is what it is. Yeah, so it's one of them ones where if you've got the ball, you're on top. Do you know what I mean? Until you make a mistake. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's one of them ones where if you're averaging 65-70% possession a game, it's down to you to break them down.
Exactly.
And then it comes down to the players. Do you know what I mean? And that's why with my team, I can't put too much blame on the players because they don't have enough of the ball. Do you see what I'm saying? When they have loads of the ball and they can't break down teams, that's not the system's fault. It's not the manager's fault. Like, you lot have the fucking ball, work it out.
Exactly. I know, 100%. 100%. And that's the problem. Chelsea, for the past 4 or 5 years, have struggled to do that.
You just need the players, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? When I look at your team, you've got very good players, but you don't have any stars in your team. Do you know what I mean? You just need one. You just need one.
Well, I think we've got players expected to play in the future. I think Kai Havertz he's going to be wrapped in cotton wool for the next year.
Yeah, but he's not a star yet.
No, he's not yet.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you need someone that's in their prime and that's on smoke right now.
I want Haaland.
This question's for you as well. Do you know what I mean? did you actually think you were going to win a trophy under Frank?
I can't answer that because we'll never know because he didn't get that. I think look, mate, I think it's a dream long term, wasn't it? You know, to see Frank Lampard lift the trophy as a manager. I mean, he got us to an FA Cup final last year. We started quite well in the league. You know, I think that there was definitely room for conversation, but whether or not it was going to happen, I don't know. To be honest, I was just enjoying the ride. I was just there.
That's
going,
what a lot of United fans are doing, bro.
I'm there, just like, you know what? Let's just see where it goes. See how long it takes. Keep going. There's always obviously the project thing kind of made me take a bit more of a backseat.
Yeah.
Whereas now I'm looking at this like Thomas Tuchel's on an 18-month contract, so I'm there going, cool, right? You got to do your job now, mate. That's it. I'm sat there like going, I have no affiliation to Chelsea managers now at all. And again, people might say it's because I'm butthurt over Lampard. Yeah, it is a little bit.
No, you definitely are. You have to be, bro, because like the Lampard sacking was for the betterment of your season, to be honest. Because as much as you love Frank, if you finished like 7th or 8th at the end of the season, and I'm not saying that because of how bad you lot are, bro. Like there's a possibility Tottenham could finish down there, bro. It's a mad season. Do you know what I mean? Imagine you finish 7th or 8th, no European football. That's 100 million that you lose from not qualifying for the Champions League. That might come out your transfer budget. Like there's loads of different things you have to look at. Do you know what I mean? Like Tuchel come out in the interview with Rio and said, "Listen, I don't have to motivate these players because they know that there's top 3, top 4." Very, very realistically available. Like you don't need to tell them in the league, yo, like go out. This is what you're playing for. Do you know what I mean?
At that level, you shouldn't have to tell them that. You should never. Have to tell them that.
But he also did say, for instance, with Neymar, he said the difference between working with Neymar and working with other players is like on Champions League nights. Like the harder the team is, the better Neymar plays. He don't need motivation, yeah. But against the smaller teams, he was like, bruv. Like, you don't really turn him on like that because he's just an elite player. Like, he rises to the occasion. Do you know what I'm saying? Whereas the 100%. Other players, they might play better in the league. But when it comes to the big nights away from home, he needs to motivate them because they might get nervous. The occasion might get to them. Do you know what I mean? So he said with the Chelsea players, I don't need to motivate these guys in the league. It doesn't matter who we play. Every game's pretty much a cup final because we need top 4. Do you know what I'm saying? And I think he's come in and his job and his focus was, yo, just get us top 4. Gonna slap you 200 mil in the summer. Do you know what I mean?
Mate, that's it. I think let's see what happens with that. I think the problem we have there again is if we just whack another 200 mil at it, I hope we learn from this summer and rather than just go, right, we're just going to buy all these players and get it done. We'll look at it and go, okay, I'd rather spend 75 million on one player, which is guaranteed to make a difference, rather than 50 million. I can't believe I'm throwing these numbers out like it's fucking nothing. It's like, yeah, just a little 50 million here, cheeky this, cheeky that. It's like, I'd rather we focus on signing 1 or 2 key players rather than 3 or 4 to not make as big of a difference. I think, you know, he just, centre forward, definitely. I want a number 6. I personally, the way I was thinking earlier, you can move Callum into that right wing spot. You then have Tim, Werner, and Giroud or Havertz. I saw someone mention Havertz as that false 9.
Then who's gonna play right wing back? Are you saying you would buy one?
No, I'd put Reece James there.
Of course.
And maybe I think then maybe I mean you'll probably get some cover somewhere. Fuck knows where. But I mean, cross that bridge when you come to it.
You go Brighton.
And Lamptey.
Get Lamptey back. Like, what were you lot thinking?
He wanted to leave. He wanted guaranteed.
Did he leave on a free? Was it a Pogba situation or did they buy him?
No, it was a free transfer because he basically was like, I want to get minutes, and then Chelsea was just like, look, we can't guarantee you that. So he went, okay, cool, I'm going to go, which is fair enough. But yeah, I'd want him back at Chelsea. That'd be great. But then I think and then I want a number 6. I still want Declan Rice. I was so annoyed reading up on what Chelsea said.
Bro, his passing would actually suit this new manager.
This is it. His passing would suit, and he can break up play. And mate, he's a Chelsea lad, you know. And I know people might say that's not a big thing, or people might say it's a very Brexit and passion spelled PASHUN thing to say, guess what? That's how I operate. I'm a very passionate man. I'm Italian. It's genetic. Get used to it. But outside, it's like, I think, I want a number 6. I think a Declan Rice would be fantastic. What I was reading when Lampard was going after him, the board didn't want to spend the money because he was a Chelsea reject. Going, well, for a Chelsea reject, he's very fucking good. So go get him. And it's a long-term thing. I look at Declan Rice. I'd even move. So you have obviously moved Mason Mount. You have him penetrating from deep, and his penetration from deep. You have Declan Rice can sit as part of that 3 as well, or just in front. Defensively, it's pretty resolute, and going forward, there's a bit more about it. There's a bit more push, I feel. And that's kind of just how I'm looking at it. Again, this is me looking at next year. Realistically, like you said, every game's a cup final. I should just be looking at Sunday, but I have a tendency, as you know, on many occasions when I talk about things, to run before I can walk. So I'm kind of looking at it going now, just got to look at what's in front of us, get that road fixed. And then from there, that's when we go, cool, this is where we can push on and this is where we need to go to.
Yeah.
You guys, the first serious challenge I feel we faced, I think Atletico Madrid, I look back at that game, I look back at the Tottenham game, we didn't play teams which were on point. You know what I mean? Even though Atletico Madrid coming into the game looked more vicious, they're top of the league, they're smashing it in La Liga. This isn't the same Atletico Madrid that we've seen in La Liga that turned up. We saw a very different side, and it's going to be I think the second leg is going to be far more difficult. Tottenham as well, Tottenham have obviously fallen off a cliff, as we've already said. You guys haven't fallen off a cliff. Like you said, it's kind of been steady-ish, your form. You've not been the best, but you've been steady.
That's what it is. Because slow and steady wins the race, isn't it?
Exactly.
United have been consistent with results, but inconsistent with performances. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's the thing. But I think, look, form goes out of the window when these games come around. Do you know what I mean? These are massive games. So realistically, you're going to be looking at this going, right, we need to get the job done. How are we going to do it? End of, everything else doesn't matter. It's going to be the same for us. Like you said, every game's cup final. Atletico, we've gone, cool. First leg's done. Half the job done there. We'll come back to that. Now we've got to focus on what we've got in front of us now. And this is where we need to go. I think, look, realistically, you're going to be seeing Mendy in goal. Your back 3 is going to be Azpilicueta. Thiago Silva's fit, apparently. So Thiago Silva is going to be back.
How important has he been? Because, like I've heard, one thing about all your signings is a lot of Chelsea fans have agreed, that he's been massive. I haven't watched enough of you lot, for 90 minutes to know what he's done. I was one of the people that thought, that he was going to get found out, in the Premier League. And obviously, when he made a mistake on his debut, I was like, here it comes.
Yeah, and then he texted me.
Bro. And then he just steadied himself, bro. I don't know, but this is what it is. You see what they say about experience? You can't buy that, bro. You can't buy that.
Do you remember what I was saying in the summer about exactly that, his experience, his power, his passing ability, his leadership, mate, all of it has come through. Every single little bit. And mate, he's been so important for us. He's looking to play until he's like 40 as well. He's still in fantastic shape, apparently.
Yeah, he's from that generation that look after themselves properly, though. Do you know what I mean? When you look at Clarence Seedorf now, he still looks like he could play. Sergio Ramos, do you know what I mean? Looks like he looks like he's not slowing down anytime soon. Ramos looks like he's got another 5 years in him. Do you know what I'm saying? Them defenders there, that generation of defenders, bruv, them man play till they're 40 anyway. Do you know what I'm saying?
This is it. I think I'd have Thiago Silva. To be honest, the fact that Ramos is available on the free and David Alaba, mate.
Another one. He looks like he'll play for another 5 years. Do you know what I'm saying?
Alaba's only 27 though.
He looks like he'll play for another 5 years at the top level. Yeah, David Alaba's been around for so long. I think he made, if I remember correctly, I think it was Van Gaal that gave him his debut.
2010, wasn't it? So yeah, it would have been.
I think it was Van Gaal. Do you know what I'm saying? And David Alaba, he said, literally, you're so good technically, the guy can just play anywhere. Do you know what I'm saying?
He plays 10 for Austria. He plays number 10.
He plays 10, 6, centre back, left back, bro. He's 27, bro, and he's been playing. He's been around for over a decade. That's why you think he's older.
Yeah, I want him. This is the thing, mate. In my head, I'd be going full FIFA right now. I'd be going full FIFA. I'm there going, I want Ramos, I want Alaba, I want this, I want that. Tell you what, obviously we're not going to get Declan Rice. I want Alaba in that 6 in the midfield.
You can't really go wrong,
mate. That'd be filth. Oh my god! Hold on.
I'm saying super chat for you, Louis, as well, right there, bro. Super chat, bro.
We thoughts on playing Alonso, Rudiger, and long-term players. Pulisic, Chilwell a step back. I've openly stated that I'm not a big Marcus Alonso guy.
Oh, I like him, man, and I like Pulisic as well.
Alonso's great in the wing back, but the problem with Marcus Alonso as well is scoring goals is what has saved his career at Chelsea. And that's great. But also, as a wing-back, you need to be defensive as well. Maybe not as much, but you still need to do it. Marcus Alonso, right? And he did this in the Burnley game. I was sat there with my dad and we were both seething. Every single time that they might not have scored, they might have had a shot on target, but every single time they attacked, they went down his side of the pitch. You could watch it back every single time.
And you hate this guy. I know you got a compilation somewhere.
Oh, mate.
You know what it is with him, mate? You know what it is with Alonso, yeah. Alonso's a left wing back. He can't play left back.
Mate, Marcus Alonso's a centre forward. He's not even a wing back.
He used to be a centre forward as a kid, but you can tell that. But listen, that left wing back, he's so techie, bro. I remember one volley he scored, yeah, and I was like, bro,
that's the problem.
I was like, are you sure that's not shabby Alonso, blood? Like, bro, he's techie as fuck.
He's great at that. Don't get me wrong. Like he going forward, I ain't got a problem. I think he's fantastic. Defensively, Rants, okay. This microphone is the player, okay? He was running against, this is Burnley, right? Winger's running at him. He goes like this, and he calls for a foul. He's like, ref, foul. I'm like, what are you doing? Just chase him down.
I hate that.
Foul. He does that every single time.
But you know why that is, Louis, bro? Like, in the modern game, most of these so-called defenders do not want to defend. Do you know what I'm saying? And this is the problem. He doesn't want to. So he's like, hey, ref, pull this up. I can't be fucked to chase him. You know what I mean?
This is it.
But listen, I see it all the time, though. You see man get skinned, and it's either you pull man down and get the yellow, or you're falling over yourself because you're like, fuck chasing this guy back. You know what I mean? Like, I hate it about the modern fullbacks, though, but people love it, bro. You know what I mean? And that's why I like Kieran Tierney, because he attacks, but he'll fucking get his shorts dirty, innit? Like, and I'm old-fashioned like that. Don't get me wrong,
Glasgow. He ain't fucking about.
Bro, I love flair players, yeah, but I want my attackers to attack and I want my defenders to defend. It's that simple, innit? Like, for me, football's a simple game, innit? You're an attacker because you're good at attacking. You're a defender because you're good at defending. Yeah. Fucking defend, innit?
100%. It's like, oh, mate, it does my head in. But I think, look, Chilwell, he's still going to get his place in the team. I think, obviously, 50 million was a lot of money. But the problem, I think a big problem with a lot of football now, and football fans in general, and the media in general, football itself. And look, I'm not saying that I'm not susceptible to it every so often as well. I feel that there is a lot of people that are very instantaneous. They're looking at it going, right, 50 million, hit the ground now, go for it. I think a lot of the signings that we made this summer, you look at Werner's 24, Chilwell's, I think, 22, 23, Havertz is 21. You know, I'm not expecting, even though they are big fees, I'm looking at it going, okay, clearly the mindset here was to look and build for future and go forward as well. So I'm kind of there going, you're probably going to not see the best out of the players in maybe 2 or 3 years. I don't think. So I'm looking at going, well, as soon as Alonso is ticking on a bit, you will probably see Chilwell come in. You know, when we're playing a back four, if we need to change for a game, Chilwell will come in. It offers the ability for us to change. Whether or not he's going to hang around for that, or if he's going to get moved on by his agent, we'll have to see. But I think Ben Chilwell is a very, very good player. I really like Ben Chilwell.
I think he's meaty. I think he's mediocre. Personally, I think he's one of them players where I think he's just a good player, innit? He's good at everything, but he doesn't excel at anything. I don't know what he's better than just good at. Do you know what I mean? And this is the thing with footballers. I look at them and I'm like, what stands out to me about you? And with him, I don't know, innit? He just looks like he's just a solid 7 out of 10 player everywhere.
You
And
need
that's
that.
okay.
You need that in some.
That's okay. But then you're not 50 million pounds if you're 7 out of 10
The
everywhere.
problem, I think, I mean, it's the inflation, isn't it? It was
If
a
he didn't
cultural
cost what he
rival,
cost, I would give him less aggro. You know them, man.
Yeah, I get that. But that's the thing. Like, he's always got this price tag attached to him. And it was the same with Kepa. Look, it's not his fault. He's got that price tag. You look at it, he's probably got, and it's the same with lots of players. Paul Pogba, even, it's not his fault. He's got that price tag, but he's got to try and live up to the hype.
It's not at all.
And I think, look, Ben Chilwell, I think the 50 million will be an investment long term. I think you're talking about those 7 out of 10s. As long as you get that consistently, for a good while, 5, 6, 7 years, ideally.
Yeah,
I'm not going to sit here and go, do you know what? That was 50 million that well spent. I'm going to look at that because, to be honest, 50 million is going to be the new 5 million in about a decade, isn't it? We're going to be looking at, do you know what? That was money well spent then. Brilliant. 7 out of 10, job done, move forward. And that's kind of how I look at it. I don't know why I'm clicking so much of that. It's really weird.
Because you're fucking Italian. That's why. Jesus Christ.
But yeah, no, I think it's going to be interesting to see. I think younger players and also those more investments I'd say. I thought he was chucking Rudiger, Jorginho, Kovacic, Alonso all in for the first game, purely down to the fact that it was like, okay, I don't know what the young players are like. I just want to get experience, get the job done, which makes complete sense. So I think that, we've got use those players, they perform well, and they've consistently kept their place in the team because of their performances. You can't really say anything else and anything bad about that. It's for the people to step up and make a difference that aren't getting into the team if they want to push them out. So look, I think Pulisic is injury prone at the moment.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't think we're going to see the best out of Christian Pulisic. I think we saw what he's capable of in the restart last season. So I think that if he can come through and make a difference again, I'll be gassed. But again, the problem we've got is who do you take out of the team? There's so many options, and it's a great problem to have. But I'm looking at it going, fuck, he needs to be in the team. He's that player. We're talking about you just want that moment of magic.
Yeah,
he can provide that.
He can. That's why I like him.
He's a very, very good player, and I think it's incredibly understated what his abilities are. So I think that if he can get fit, I think the creativity problem might be less of a problem. But he's got to perform. He's got to start picking himself up, and he's got to sort out what he wants to do. But honestly, I couldn't tell you what's going to happen with these young players. I couldn't tell you what the situation is. But I think that the problem that Chelsea have got is, as I've already said, if we're going to keep chopping and changing managers, no one's going to know. You're going to have something changing every single week. So they need to make up their mind and decide and prioritize how we're going to play and what we're going to do. Otherwise, it's just a complete waste of time signing all these young players because we're not going to ever see the best out of them.
100%, bro. So lineups wise, how do you think you're going to set up against us on the weekend?
It'll probably be the same team as the past few weeks. So you're probably going to be looking at Mendy back.
Does he not make many changes? I know the first game he went for a lot of the senior players, took Mount out, brought Giroud back in, brought Alonso back in. You know what I mean? Brought Rudiger back in. You know what I mean? Certain players that were out of favor under Lampard and that. Like, have you had like a pretty settled team since then?
Yeah, it's been pretty settled. I think in the big games it's kind of been very consistent of who's gone where. You're probably going to see. Well, you will definitely see Mendy in goal. You're going to see Dave at right centre back. Aspilicueta, for those of you who don't know. Probably should have said that, to be honest. Thiago Silva in the middle, and so it'll be Rudiger left centre back. Might be Zuma, don't know. Most likely be Rudiger. Alonso left wing back. Right wing back will be Hudson-Odoi probably. And you have Kovacic, Jorginho as your midfield two. The front three will be Mount on the right, Werner on the left. And it will depend, really. I think the one position which has been fairly interchangeable has been the centre forward. It's been Giroud or it's been Tammy. I think he'll start Tammy because you want to get the best out of Giroud in the Champions League against against Atletico Madrid again. So I think it's going to be a very interesting one. But I think that's pretty much what it's going to be. That'll be our lineup.
For us, I think we're gonna match you up. I'll be very surprised if United go away from home. Like we matched up PSG. We matched you lot up in the first leg and went with a 3 at the back as well, and it was boring as fuck. You know the ones there. Like I think, like honestly, I think we're gonna go for De Gea in goal, Luke Shaw at left centre back, Maguire, Lindelof, Wan-Bissaka right wing back. I think Teller's left wing back, Fred McTominay double pivot, Bruno in the middle, and then Rashford and Martial up top. I think that's how we're gonna go. Or yeah, that's
3-5-2.
Yeah, we play 1-2 in it. We don't play 3 across the top.
Does that not make you worried about the width? Because that's a big strength of ours. I know we don't get as many.
Well, there you go. Because you know what it is, yeah. That that formation is meant to be it's meant to be very expansive, innit? But the problem is with Manchester United, because we don't have natural wingers, and even our wing backs, our wing backs are defenders, whereas your wing backs are midfielders. Do you know what I'm saying? Like Callum's not a right back. So because of that, it's one of them ones where our 3 at the back is actually a 5 at the back, whereas your 3 at the back's a 3 at the back.
You're literally going to come and soak it up, aren't you?
Exactly, and it might be Matic in for McTominay if McTominay's not fit. Do you know what I mean? So it might be Matic, Fred, and Bruno, and we're coming to stink the place up, bruv. Like, listen, that's what we're coming to do. So you man are gonna have to find a way in it, because
we won't.
We ain't leaving no gaps, blood.
Bro, we ain't doing that at the minute. That's the problem. Like I'm saying, like our goals have been penalties usually, or one moment of magic, like Giroud in the Champions League.
Yeah.
This game's got 0-0 written all the big games.
100%. This is a 0-0. I'm predicting it now. I'm throwing it out there. This is 0-0. Like, bring your Red Bulls, Pro Plus, everything, because this is going to be a snooze fest, blood. You know what I mean? Dan James got injured, or else I would have said that Dan James was going to start, guys. But I think he went off injured in the last game. Well, I'd have gone with James and Rashford up front.
That is so long.
Honest, bruv, I think it's going to be an absolute stinker. Just like the Arsenal game. 0-0. Do you know what I mean? Like 5 at the back, absolute snooze fest. When I'm snooze fest, mouth open, dribbling just in the chair, bro. Like, I could see it. You know what I mean? This game, 100% Andrew, this game needs an early goal.
Mate, I've been able to multitask while watching Chelsea games recently and watching any of the big games. The amount of tomato sauces I've made for pasta over the past few weeks. Bro, we went through in my house with me and my mates. We went through 4 gallons last week, and that was just from when I was cooking, watching the football. It's ridiculous. Jesus. And you know how good that stuff is. That didn't last long at all.
Nah, your pasta was mad still. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie, bro. Credit where it's due, bro. Right, you know what I'm saying, bro? If you're Italian, you can't make pasta. There's something wrong with you.
100%. It's mad. But mate, it's gonna see. It's gonna be. It will either be like 0-0, or Jorginho and Bruno Fernandes are both going to score penalties, because Werner will win a penalty.
That's one thing. Like, him against Wan-Bissaka is going to be interesting.
Mate, this is the thing. Where he's been playing, where he might not be scoring a lot of goals, but God,
he's a willing runner, innit? So
yeah, he's winning those penalties and those free kicks wherever, and I think that's a big thing. But I think it's gonna be a very interesting game.
100%.
If not, it's gonna be. I tell you what? Do you want to download like one of those games of noughts and crosses you can play, and we'll just play that remotely? And we'll see. We can decide who wins the game by that, and then we'll just go to the FA. We did this. 3 points.
It's literally going to be super fine margins, people. Super fine margins. Do you know what I mean? So, I think it's a 0-0 thing. Personally, do you know what I mean? Yeah. We're gonna do a combined 11 on Louis' channel. What time are you gonna upload the video?
So we're going to do that, upload at 5 o'clock today, or 6, depending on my graphic designer get his finger out his ass. Cool. I love him lots. But yeah, it'll be fun. Yeah, and then we're obviously talking about Manchester United and stuff as well.
There you go. So we've got another show where we're gonna do the combined 11 on Louis' channel coming out today at 5 o'clock, guys. Do you know what I mean? So look out for that. So all the people in the comment section asking for the combined 11, it's gonna be on that channel. So make sure you subscribe to his channel, bruv. You man already know where to find Louis. Do you know what I'm saying? I'll put the hyperlink for his channel in the title of the video. I don't know why I haven't done. Let me do that now, actually.
Oh, I can't believe that. Oh my days, mate.
You know what I'm saying? Let me do that now. Make sure you go over there and subscribe to my bro, man. Like, we'll be doing a lot more stuff. 100%. You know what I mean? Everyone's saying,
I saw that weekly
everyone's
show.
saying, oh, do more. We should do more. We should do more. Do you know what I mean? Louis my guy, man. We've been friends for ages, man. So it's one of them ones where, yeah, definitely, bro. You'll be seeing more Louis, man. Do you know what I mean? You come out of hiding now, bro. Your team's good again. You know what I mean?
Mate, I wasn't hiding before the team was good. You know that. I was literally there for the part with my feet up for the past year, innit?
Yeah, that's what I mean. So you look 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 in the title of the video, click on that blue hyperlink, make sure you subscribe to Louis' channel. 5 o'clock on his channel. Second part of the show's coming out, second part of the build up, and then yeah, I'm live for the Europa League draw at midday on Turkish's channel, guys. You get me? So we're gonna do our show at 12 as usual. We're gonna react live to the draw. Hopefully, we don't get each other. Arsenal's the only team left that I definitely don't want because Ollie's never beaten Arteta. Ollie's never beaten him, bro. Even when Arsenal was shit, they still beat us, bro. I can't play. I do not need Arsenal, bro. Because if Arsenal beat us, even if they don't win the Europa League, that's their season made, you know.
We've not beaten them, I don't think either.
Bro, the social media El Clasico, bro, is United Arsenal, and we've never won one with their manager in there. So I'm not trying to see Arsenal at all, bro. At all. I want Rangers blood. I want Steven Gerrard blood. That's who I want.
That would be such a good game as well. That would be such a good game. I'd love to see that.
I want Steven Gerrard. I mean, that's what I really, really, really want. You know what I'm saying?
Because guys, you know, I think they could.
Bro, his last game at Old Trafford, I swear he got sent off. He came on as a sub and then got sent off, bro.
Yeah, he took it under Herrera.
There, so he ain't got fond memories, yeah, of OT, bro. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Send man off again. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's one of them ones where, like, honestly, I don't want. Yeah, I definitely do not want Arsenal. I'm not gonna lie. Do you know what I mean? So big up everyone inside. I think you lot are pretty much through now. Do you know what I mean? That away goal is massive.
It's huge, but I'm not saying anything yet. I'm not
counting your chickens.
No. But I mean, put it this way: even if we do go through, we're probably gonna get Bayern Munich or Barcelona or someone mental, which means we're not going to even get progress even further. But we'll have to see. Let's. I'll tell you what. Let's have the conversation next week. How about that?
Fair.
Let's have the conversation then, and then I'll probably get me crying or something like that. Who knows? Also, I've got a quick question for you. One of your mods banned me from your Twitch stream chat. It's a joke.
Who did that?
I don't know. My heart's breaking when I see that. I'm like, I'm gonna go say something. Oh, this is really cool. Let me engage in conversation. Oh no, wait, I can't. It's a nightmare. I think I might have plugged my channel, and then someone went, "Nope, fuck you." So okay.
Mad thing. You know, like that.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. But nah, I don't know who did that.
We move. It's calm. But yeah, we'll have that conversation too. Obviously, yeah, it'll be interesting.
Bro, look, how am I, bro? How one of my mods? There's a fake account of one of my mods in there. You know them ones. Obviously, my mod's in here and he deleted him. But right, this is mad. Fuck you know. Imagine he's deleting an account of himself. Like, nah, bro. Mate. Hey, the internet's fucked, bro.
My internet's it's a horrible place. That's why I disappeared for 10 years. Everything, I'm just like, fuck this. I can't be bothered. Just like someone says something, I'm like, oh, fuck this. I'm just gonna sit here and I'll just laugh from the sideline. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed not being in the limelight as much. But obviously, when I am there, you know, it's like it's meant to be.
Yeah, 100%.
You know?
No, I hear that, but
18 years musical theatre's got to come in use somewhere, isn't it?
That's it. You're back now, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? We have to make this a regular thing now. You get me? Big up everyone inside. Smash the like. Make sure you follow Louis. I mean, the second part to this show is going to be on his channel around 5 o'clock. So look out for that, people. I'm heading over to Turkish's channel now for the Europa League draw, people. So we got the Europa League draw at 12, and then I'm back here at 3 o'clock with Lee Gunner. So yeah, man, you got a busy day, man. You got a busy day. Big up, people.